And here's your host, Steve Shedler.
Heyo! A good morning to you. Oh, thank you. You are a beautiful audience. Thank you for tuning in this morning here on the Morning Wake Up here on Steve Shetler Media on a Thursday. What is it? Thursday, January 4th, 4 days into the new year already. Let's get a look at our forecast here on Steve Shetler Media, the Morning Wake Up, as it's brought to us by our friends at the Garden Gate in Sigourney, 105 South Jefferson Street. You can call 641-622-3191. As Cindy, Danny, Madonna, everybody at the Garden Gate going to help you out. Hours are Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, Saturdays, 9 to noon. Fresh floral arrangements, jewelry, home decor, sympathy gifts, and something for everyone. So get into the Garden Gate in Sigourney and tell them that Steve sent you. Tell them that you saw their logo and their information on the Steve Shetler Media forecast. For today, partly sunny skies, a high of 34, and pretty calm winds for today. Tonight, mostly cloudy, a low of 25. Tomorrow, more clouds, a high of 38. Friday night, there is a 30% chance of some snow, mainly after midnight, little or no accumulation expected, and a low of 26. Saturday, again, a slight chance of some snow in the morning, partly sunny, and 37. Right now, looking at current conditions, we have humidity at 68%, wind speeds pretty calm, and barometric pressure at 30.32, 33 degrees currently here in southeast Iowa. I know there's a lot of chatter, a lot of people talking about the weather coming up on Tuesday, and there's some snow in the forecast. Now, things obviously a ways off on that, so things could change. But it sounds like we could see a few inches of snow coming up Monday night into Tuesday. So just something to be aware of, something to be mindful of. I don't think you need to be running up to Brothers Market to buy all the bread and milk before Tuesday. But we could see some snow again coming up Monday night into Tuesday. We will keep an eye on that for you. We're doing the Morning Wake Up here on Steve Shetler Media. A good morning to a lot of folks this morning, like Jackie, Carson, Heather, Amber, Renee, Sandy. Good morning to you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Let's go ahead and do some birthdays. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. All right, birthdays for today. We've got actress Diane Cannon from Ally McBeal and Heaven Can Wait. Diane turning 87 years old today. We've got country singer Patty Loveless. Man, Patty, she can sing a country song, had a ton of hits in the 1990s. 67 years old for Patty Loveless today. Let's see here, actor Matt Frewer from Max Headroom back in the 80s. Matt Frewer is 66. Singer-songwriter Michael Stipe of REM is 64. Actor Dave Foley from such shows as News Radio, Dr. Ken, 61 years old. Another country lady singer, Dina Carter, having a birthday today, 58 years old. I did a phone interview with Dina Carter once, and they said that she was really friendly and was a good talker. And they weren't kidding, because I had like a 5-minute interview scheduled with Dina Carter, and it went probably 10 to 15 minutes. So that's very generous when you have a country star on the telephone line and she's got other interviews lined up. But Dina can talk, and she's super nice. Dina Carter, 58 years old. Of course, she sang Strawberry Wine back in the day. Let's see here. Chef Graham Elliott, 47 years old. We've got baseball player Chris Bryant, 32. Those are your celebrity birthdays. You know, before we go any further, do want to remind you that coming up tomorrow at Barnwired in Sigourney, we'll have our Iowa Music Showcase. as we're featuring a young lady named Madison Colbert. Madison, going to be coming to Sigourney tomorrow to hang out, play some original tunes, do a live interview. You can be part of that as you can go up to Barnwired in Sigourney and take part in that, get some coffee, get some lunch. Check out Madison Colbert, or you can also, of course, tune in here on Steve Shuttler Media on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, or X, whatever you want to call it. You can follow me on X and get my live videos. But again, Madison Colbert, our Iowa Music Showcase coming up tomorrow. And then tomorrow night, we will have Keota Eagle basketball. Let's pull that up here. Keota going to be taking on Colfax Mingo tomorrow night. Girls and boys, with the girls starting at 6 o'clock tomorrow evening. So tune in for Keota hosting Colfax Mingo in high school basketball. Of course, those Keota boys, really good this year. And they're going to be playing again tomorrow night right here on Steve Shuttler Media. Okay, so it is the 4th of January. Let's see here. Who else do we have? Kurt and Kathy. We've got Kurt Myers, Nick, Jason, Julie. Thank you all for tuning in on this Thursday morning. On this date in history, Sir Isaac Newton was born on this date. Guy came up with the law of gravity. Sir Isaac Newton with a birthday today. Other stuff on this date, 1896, Utah became the country's 45th state. So Utah coming into the fold. It was 1975, President Nixon refusing to turn over his White House tapes to the Senate Investigating Committee back in 1975. And on this date in 1981, the very first successful, what they called mammal cloning, took place when scientists duplicated 3 mice. Just what we needed in this world, more mice. 1981 for the first successful mammal cloning. Good morning to you, Nancy. Thank you for hanging out with us here on the Morning Wake Up. Hey, today on the National Day calendar, it's National, I'm not sure why, it's National Missouri Day, according to this. Is that right? Because it's Utah's birthday today, so I don't know, it's Missouri Day. It's also National Trivia Day, and it's National Spaghetti Day. So celebrate those days, and also mark this down. We are exactly 6 months away from the 4th of July. So we're in January right now, but 6 months from now, fireworks, hot dogs, hot days are ahead in 6 months for the 4th of July. Let's see here. Good morning to you, Jan and Dixie. Thanks for hanging out. Bubby in the comments this morning. Things you need to know or not know. I mean, none of this is going to change your life, but I'll lay it on you anyway. Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve with Ryan Seacrest earned ABC the highest entertainment special ratings for any network in the past 2 years. An average of 8.4 million viewers tuned in to the primetime section of that show, and an audience of 18 million for the late night edition. So a lot of people tuning in on New Year's Eve for that special. See here, comedian Dave Chappelle. He was not happy here recently. Dave Chappelle got so upset about an audience member recording his routine at a hotel and casino in Hollywood, Florida last week that he walked off the stage before the end of his set. So I don't blame him. You'd think security would take care of that situation, but obviously they didn't. Let's see here, Snoop Dogg. Snoop Doggy Dogg, the D-O-double-G. Snoop Dogg gonna be... This is weird. Snoop Dogg is gonna be a contributor to NBC's coverage of the 2024 Summer Olympics in Paris. What? Why? Okay. So Snoop Dogg gonna be doing that. Movie news. Let's see here. In some movie news this morning, Jack Black going to be joining Jason Momoa in the cast of the upcoming movie for Minecraft. So that's quite the pair, Jack Black and Jason Momoa. Other news, the U.S. national debt topping $34 trillion. That's trillion with a T. 34 trillion for the very first time. So yay! Way to go. But hey, we can keep loaning money to other countries and other wars. What the heck? I mean, we're only 34 trillion in debt. Why not add to it? Let's see here. The sealed list. This is going to get interesting. The sealed list containing over 150 names associated with the late disgraced Jeffrey Epstein will remain sealed until at least January 22nd, according to what I'm reading. That's going to be interesting. I want to see the list of the scumballs, the scumbags that are on the list that were regulars at the Epstein Island. That will probably blow the lid off of things. So looking forward to seeing that. Other news, the number one sport that most Americans want to try this year in 2024. Last year it was pickleball was the number one sport that people wanted to try. This year it's bowling. So I know we got some good bowlers here in Sigourney. Brock Alderson can probably teach you a thing or two about bowling, but bowling, the number one sport that Americans want to try in 2024. See here from Fox News, Sean Hannity announcing that he is moving. He's going to be moving from New York to Florida, what he calls the free state of Florida. Kelly Clarkson, she says that her ex-husband, Brandon Blackstock, told her that she wasn't sexy enough to be a judge on The Voice. That's not very nice. So I can see why they ended up breaking up and divorcing. Selena Gomez says that she is tired, but evidently she has enough energy to come up with at least one more album. So another album in the works for Selena Gomez. And then also the NFL. They have fined Carolina Panthers owner David Tepper $300,000 for what they call unacceptable conduct at Sunday's game. He was captured on video throwing a drink toward a Jacksonville Jaguars fan. $300,000 is his fine. In some food news, in food news, to help reduce waste, Starbucks is adding the reusable cup option to their drive-thru and Starbucks app orders. Now, the rules are the cups must be cleaned before bringing them, and that baristas won't rinse them out. So if you take a dirty cup to Starbucks, don't expect them to take time to clean it. The chain also won't accept cups larger than 40 ounces. But again, they will start using reusable cups at Starbucks. Let's see here. Speaking of coffee and other places like that, Dunkin' has removed coconut milk from its menu for good. Forever. Forever's a long time, but don't look for coconut milk anytime soon at Dunkin'. Other food news, couple of items on the Sonic menu that sound kind of gross. Peanut butter bacon supersonic double cheeseburger. I guess that you could do that. Peanut butter bacon supersonic double cheeseburger. And then they're also having this one does sound gross. Peanut butter bacon shake. Would any of you in the comments this morning order a peanut butter bacon shake from Sonic? That bacon in a shake. I don't know. By the way, good morning to you, Jan and Stacy. Thanks for joining in the comments. If you're watching this, want to say hi in the comments or good morning, please do so. Finally, in some food news, you probably have heard about this. This could be in my either weird news or my moment of duh, but Cynthia Kelly bought some Reese's Halloween candies. She opened the packages. She was quite upset to find that there were no pumpkin faces on the candy at all, like it showed on the package. She was so upset that she has sued Reese's for several $1 million. So we'll see. She's saying that the company falsely represented several of its holiday-themed products on packaging. So Cynthia Kelly really wanting to see the face of a pumpkin, on the pumpkin candy. She wanted to see like a jack-o'-lantern or something. I don't know. Why would you bother suing Reese's for that? I do not know. let's go ahead and do today's impossible question. Today's impossible question. NFL. Let's go to the NFL. Quarterbacks performing 6 to 17% better when they have this. Again, this is today's impossible question. If you can answer this, you will win a personalized hug from me. Anybody? Again, NFL quarterbacks perform up to 17% better when they have this. The answer is a beard. So if a quarterback has a beard, sounds like they are going to be performing better than the beardless quarterback. Let's go ahead and do some weird news.
That is weird.
In some weird news, let's go out to Jersey. In news from New Jersey, a couple welcoming a set of twins who were born not only on different days, but in different years. Ezra Humphrey was born at 11:48 p.m. on New Year's Eve at a hospital in Voorhees, New Jersey, giving him the same birthday as his dad. Fraternal twin Ezekiel was then born about 40 minutes later at 12:28 a.m. on January 1st. So, again, twins, but they were born on separate days and separate years. That is crazy out in New Jersey. Also, in some other news, this is in our Department of Weird News. A 13-year-old gamer believed to be the first human to ever beat Tetris. You know, the game Tetris where all the blocks are coming down, the lines of blocks are coming down. 13-year-old beating Tetris on the original Nintendo Entertainment System. His name is Willis Gibson, and he goes by the handle online of Blue Scuddy, or Scuddy, I'm not sure. He achieved a feat that had previously only ever been accomplished by artificial intelligence when he reached the 34-year-old game's what they call the kill screen, when you can't go any further. So congratulations to, again, Willis Gibson, 13 years old, the first ever human to beat Tetris. In other weird news...
That is weird.
A Pennsylvania dog... Let me get my volume turned up here. A Pennsylvania dog shocked his owners and veterinarian after he ate... we should say, you always hear of dogs eating homework, quote unquote. But this dog ate $4,000 in cash. How would you like that? Good morning to you, Carla. A Pennsylvania dog, Cecil, a 7-year-old golden doodle from Pittsburgh, is, they say, usually well-behaved. But Clayton and Carrie Law just recently withdrew $4,000 in cash from their bank account. The dog was eating it. Had chowed down on the cash. There were some torn bits of money left over. Now, the panicked couple reached out to their veterinarian, who said with the size of the dog should be okay. It would just need to, get rid of the money by defecating or vomiting, which it did. But they say that the bank told the couple that money accidents involving dogs actually happen fairly frequently. And they say as long as the serial number on the bills were visible, the bank would take back the chewed money. So they were hoping to get the money back, again, out of one end by throwing up, or out of the other end by pooping out the money. So needless to say, they were sorting through the excrement to see if they could retrieve some of their cash. And finally today, in some weird news, a Texas woman may have baked her way into the Guinness Book of World Records by spending 55 hours making tasty treats. Michelle Handley, who moved from Nigeria to Mansfield, Texas, about 9 years ago now, spent 55 hours creating various baked goods in her kitchen in an attempt to take the record for the longest baking marathon by an individual. How would you guys like to try to do that for your holiday baking? Hanley started cooking December 28th and finished her attempt 55 hours later. Witnesses to the feat included the Mansfield police chief. Now, the current record held by Alan Fisher, who is an Irish chef who baked for just over 47 hours in September of last year. Evidence from Hanley's attempt must now be reviewed by the Guinness Book of World Records officials. So 55 hours straight of baking by that woman in Texas. Good morning to you, Kay. Thanks for hanging out with us and getting up early on a Thursday here on the Morning Wake Up. Let's see here. Let's fast forward to the files of law and disorder. Let's go to some pranksters. This sounds like something that could happen in Oskaloosa. Hopefully I don't give anybody any bad ideas. A Florida city's display of millions of twinkling white lights is being targeted by pranksters who like to hide colored bulbs amongst them. What they call the Nights of Lights in St. Augustine, Florida, which illuminates the city's downtown, is designed and maintained by a local company called Angels in the Architecture. The company regularly hides a red bulb and a green bulb among the millions of twinkling white lights each year, but the team's leader said about 150 colored bulbs with mysterious oranges have been popping up, and they have been identified. The guy says that they simply remove the colored bulbs that show up and replace them with clear ones to match the rest of the display. So again, some pranksters replacing some of those clear lights with some colored lights down in Florida. So nothing too bad as far as stuff going on there, but yeah, some people having some fun. How about some weird, strange laws that are a reality? As did you know, it is illegal to hit a vending machine that stole your money in Derby, Kansas. It's an understandable urge. I may have shook a vending machine a time or two during my lifetime, but definitely not worth going to jail for. So if you're in Derby, Kansas, and the vending machine steals your money, don't hit it. You could go to jail. Some good news today in Oklahoma. Now, I saw this. This might be popping up in your news feed on your social media. A dog who was attacked by a couple of coyotes in her family's Oklahoma backyard was rescued by an unlikely hero, which was the family cat. Again, a kitty cat. Kitty cat saving a dog from a couple of coyotes. As Lane Dyer of Edmond, Oklahoma, said his family's 6-year-old Havanese dog, Oakley, was let outside to, go to the bathroom when the two coyotes attacked. Security cameras recorded as the two wild animals went after the much smaller dog, but they fled the scene seconds later when the family's outdoor cat, Binks, vaulted over the fence and chased them away. No word if Binks had on a superhero cape as he vaulted over the fence to scare away the coyotes. But yeah, check that out if you have the opportunity. Just do a quick search for Oklahoma dog coyotes. Maybe that'll bring it up for you. But the cat saving the day. Wow, we're kind of breezing through this pretty quick today. Good morning to you, Deb. Thanks for tuning in this morning. Let's do the Department of Duh here on the Morning Wake Up.
Duh. Duh? Duh! Duh.
Duh! In the Duh today, on a cold fall day, several electric vehicle drivers were waiting for a turn to plug into one of the public chargers at a strip mall parking lot in South Philly. An Uber driver who 2 months ago bought an electric vehicle was already considering switching back to a gas vehicle. But he said he was eyeing a spot taken by a city vehicle. It says it does plug up and really kind of backlog the people that are waiting, referencing the city cars that are electric vehicles. But he said there weren't simply enough outlets and charging stations for all of the electric calls or the electric cars to charge up into in Philadelphia. So people were waiting. Now, let's see here. A review by a TV station out in Philadelphia, the investigators there of the city's chargers revealed that none of them were installed with the required electric permits. The city's licenses and inspections department has issued violations and fines to at least 46 of the 57 city sites that have electric vehicle chargers. So Philadelphia, the government is shoving the electric cars down our throats, but they aren't providing enough charging stations for people that have them. Yeah, I can't talk. They always reference the electric cars. If you're stuck in a snowstorm somewhere, your electric cars are gonna run out of energy, run out of juice. And then you're going to be in real trouble, and somebody with gas is going to have to come and save you. So I don't know about electric vehicles. I'm not too keen on those. Let's take a look once again at our forecast for today. It's brought to us by the Garden Gate. Partly sunny today. Should be a decent day with a high of 34. And that will do it for today's morning wake up here on Steve Shetler Media. Let's see here. Coming up later on today, we'll have the In Remembrance Of video at 8 o'clock. We'll have the Sigourney Public Library video at 10 a.m. with Miss Amanda. The Mahaska County Conservation Great Outdoors with Laura DeCook. That comes up at 4 o'clock this afternoon. And then also the Heartland Humane Society Weekly Pet comes up this evening. So tune in. We've got lots of content coming up today here on Steve Shetler Media. Thank you for tuning in today. Have yourselves a great Thursday, and we'll see you back here tomorrow morning for the Morning Wake Up.